Gothic is a legendary franchise that's probably older than a lot of people watching this video, and now they are remaking a Gothic 1. And everyone's obviously asking one question: how good is it? Is it good? Is it faithful? Is it slop? Is it Vogue slop, perhaps? It's made in Unreal Engine 5, so there's a lot of questions about it being an Unreal 5 engine game, but the biggest thing of all is people are worried, and for very good reason, because here we have everyone's favorite non-paid opinion, Luke Steffens, who just released a video. I tried Gothic 1 Remake early. And why did Lukey Poo try Gothic Remake early? Well, I don't exactly know, but he does have an affiliate link that gives him money if you buy the game from it, so obviously his opinions are not gonna be corrupt. In any case, Luke Steffens, friend of the show, friend of the channel, very cool. Let's hear what he thinks about Gothic 1.
Let's talk about Gothic. Gothic is one of the OG, if not the original RPG that laid the foundation for all of the RPGs that would come after. It was truly a trailblazer when it launched in 2001, and it's even been directly pointed to as an inspiration for the Witcher games, which would of course come after. And today we're going to look at Gothic Remake, which is a remake of the 2001 original game, built again, afresh, anew, from the ground up. Of course, the
None of that sounds good in my ears, I'm gonna be real.
original story, world, and characters all remain intact, but the remake aims to bring modern visuals with Unreal Engine 5, new animations, updated gameplay systems. It also brings improved combat, more streamlined controls, and everything you would expect with a remake. The goal, of course, is to rebuild the game from the ground up in a way that's respectful.
This currently looks a lot like Skyrim Mobile?
And true to the original vision and intent that made the 2001 game so special. But at the same time, they want to give players like me, who didn't get to experience the original game, a chance to enjoy it without like having to take a crash course on control schemes that were normal in 2001 but would be considered antiquated by modern standards. And I'm gonna be
Yes, okay. Ease people in on the idea that the remake is a good thing, in fact, yes.
real. Gothic has always been on my radar, always been something I wanted to get into, but the original game, as you can see here, is a 2001 game. I mean, it's an oldie but a goodie. And I looked it up. The original Gothic game launched in early 2001, which means I was 3 years old when it dropped. I would have been 4 in June of that year. So I was 3 when this originally dropped. And so naturally, this isn't going to surprise anybody, I didn't play it at launch, but I've always wanted to check it out. I've always wanted to sink my teeth into it. And this remake is the perfect opportunity. So when the devs reached out, offered me the chance to check it out with an early build of the game, and offered to sponsor this video to make it possible for me to make it, I said, gosh darn, heck yeah. And that's where we are today. I'm gonna show it to you and give you the chance.
Gosh darn it, someone gave me money and I was instantaneously in, baby. Good stuff. Luke Steffens, friend of the channel. Great guy. We talk about things a lot. He typically calls me a pleb for not being a trust fund baby, and all the other ones also not being trust fund babies. There's a lot of issues going on, you know?
To find out a little bit about what makes Gothic special, and then also what they're trying to do with this game. The first thing to understand about Gothic, and one of the reasons so many people love it, is that it does not hold your hand. It is built around player consequence and choice, and every aspect of the game.
Yeah, it's literally every game from the early 2000s.
Game is built upon layers of complexity and dynamics. Your strength will affect how NPCs interact with you. Your relationship with certain characters could lead to one group treating you one way or totally opposite, and vice versa for another faction. As you explore the world, you'll notice there are no quest markers, there's no mini map. In fact, there's no world map itself within the game. You actually have to purchase maps from people in the world that make maps. Modern versions of this type of RPG would probably be something like the Kingdom Come Deliverance series, where it's pretty unforgiving, it's not going to hold your hand at all, and it challenges you to rise to the occasion, to meet the challenge where it's at. And naturally, some people see that and they're like, oh, too much. Give me the markers, give me the yellow paint, give me all of that stuff. That's
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a notorious great example of the modern Vogue game, by the way, where they don't put any of the Vogue stuff at the start. But by the end, when you're hooked and you're not gonna not finish the game, they jam pack it full with the nonsense.
It's not what Gothic is, and it's not trying to do that at the same time. But that's precisely why so many people love Gothic, is because it is unapologetic in what it is. It is not trying to be like mainstream, watered down, everything to everybody. It is what it is, and that's why it's iconic. From the moment I booted into the game, it was very clear that this was a game built around immersion. When you sit down to play it, you have to focus, you have to listen to what characters tell you, and at times you may even benefit from like literally keeping notes next to you and writing down what's being said and when they reference something, because like I said, there's no quest markers or
okay, yeah, this is definitely a paid video. This is a talking point that he was given. 100%. 100% has to be.
Mini map or anything. So if a character tells you, walk along the outside of the castle and look in a cave off to the left, that's where you have to go. Like, it's not going to give you a floating little pillar icon in the map that you can stumble on. It's not going to put a big question mark on the screen for you. It's up to you to find it based on that information. And that's exactly why once you give yourself over to it, it's so immersive. Speaking of immersion, the graphical presentation is also something that's received, of course, a total rework. As they rebuilt the game from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5, they put a focus on fidelity, especially in the environments. And I can attest that even though I saw just the first few hours of the game in my playtime, I was pretty impressed with how good the forests looked. Of course, the layouts and everything is structured the same.
If a forest looks bad in an Unreal Engine 5 game, you know it's cooked. Because Unreal Engine 5 by default has very pretty forests, honestly. It has decent looking sceneries at the minimum. It's really hard to F it up.
As the original, you shouldn't expect them to like, you know, reinvent the wheel or anything. It's still the same game, but they've definitely cranked the dials. Everything from the foliage to even the skin shaders and stuff all look really good. It also performed pretty well. I was even able to play it in bed on my Legion Go 2, just chilling, like, and
the hell is a Legion Go 2?
For me personally, whenever I can test a game and it plays on a portable console, that's 2 thumbs up for me. And this is one of those games that, like, once you get hooked, you can't stop. Like I was intending like, hey, I'm gonna go through and
so currently I'm hearing a lot of buzzwords and not a lot of gameplay or anything. We're seeing small tidbits of gameplay. Is Gothic 1 cooked, boys? I have not followed anything about this. This is the first time I hear actually about a Gothic remake. So leave in the comments if this is cooked, because currently I'm just seeing a lot of PR speak and a lot of nothing else. And that's bad. Exodus does a better job selling itself, honestly, as a good game than what currently I'm experiencing.
Play it kind of normally for a few hours, collect some footage, and we can make this video. But bro, like straight up, I started loading back to previous saves and be like, what would have happened if I had done it this way? What would have happened if I had tried it this way? And I started experimenting with
I believe it, because that's the first game ever that has choice of and consequence of choice. Oh boy! What was the last video? I actually did a video talking, exposing Luke on not actually playing the games that he gets paid to play. It was the city builder thing where he and a bunch of literally other people got given the best stuff and all of them pretended, this is my save. I played this game for 50 hours. It's that good, boys. And all of them somehow made the exact same city, exact same layout, exact same items, exact same everything. And they're like, guys, I played this for 50 hours. And Luke was one of them. Luke, friend of the... It is what it is.
different choices. I was like, this character is really annoying. Can I kill them? Sure can. Like, it's pretty amazing. What's also really interesting about the initial hours of the game, and this is something Gothic veterans will know, of course, but it's something that was new to me, is that they've actually built everything with the player character's experience.
Yeah, that is definitely a marketing talking point, because Luke said he didn't play the game, which is fine, but now he's also saying this is what Gothic veterans will know. How would you know what a Gothic veteran would think? You have no idea what the game is. So that's not a sentence you ever say unless someone told you to say it in that way.
level in mind. In other words, when you start the game, the player's character has no idea what he's doing, especially when it comes to combat. So they have totally separate animations when he's fighting, when you start the game, and as you learn more skills by talking with people that you meet and getting learnings and trainings from them, you'll actually acquire like new combat animations that are way smoother and way more fluid, and combat will become way better as you learn and grow. Sometimes in games they'll do this like not super directly, where they're like, yeah, you suck at combat as the player, so your character sucks at combat. But no, in this, it's like literally your character doesn't know the difference. He doesn't know how to hold the sword properly. He doesn't know what proper stances are and how to pivot around characters. And that makes the first few hours of the game really, really challenging if you try to play it like a lot of modern RPGs, where you just run in, bash some people's heads, get some XP, and move on. It's not like that. You have to put yourself in the shoes of the character and try to play and explore this world in the way that he would. That means when you come across weird monsters that start chasing you down in the forest, maybe don't engage. Maybe run away until you find a good weapon, or you get some trainings to be better equipped, and then you go back. And again, I kind of love immersive RPGs like this. I feel like it should be a totally separate category, honestly, because RPG kind of doesn't mean anything anymore. But immersive RPGs are on a whole nother tier. I mean, they're games that challenge you to put yourself in the shoes of the character on screen. And when you do that, there's nothing like it. And that's what Gothic reminded me of, is those types of immersive RPGs that are challenging and that some people are going to bounce off because they are unapologetic in what they are. But if you give yourself over to it, you'll lose yourself. As I went through the first few hours of the game and started to learn the ropes, this level of immersion started to really sink in with me. And I started...
Why does it say this? Is this like his code? No way. If this is footage code. So this is not his actual footage. This is something that some devs do so they can track if someone leaks footage.
To really eat it up. I really like the voice acting in the game as well. It's all really well done and everybody put their all into it. They've done a really good job with modernizing the environments. Like I said, I never played the original because I was 3 when it released, but I did look up some comparison videos of the original to the remake, and it's pretty wild what they've been able to do here. I mean, it really is a remake, like in the purest sense of the word. And listen, I think for a remake, you got to sometimes pause and ask, like, what is the
this gonna be? The super sales pitch?
Point of a remake? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with it? And I think it's always...
Also, he's blasting the music. Okay. It does not look good, boys. Wait, is this gameplay?
A remake from the ground up, because as with anything, when you've been playing a game for 25 years...
Yeah, it's supposed to be gameplay, but nothing's really happening. He's not fighting anything. Huh. Well, we saw previously that is fighting. Okay, I mean, I'm so questioning things. This is something we already saw.
And try it, but bounced off for one reason or another. I believe I tried...
It does look good. It does look pretty interesting. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's like, if the thing's good, you don't do deceptive marketing like this. That's the big issue here. It's just deceptive marketing that kind of kills it for me. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I need to look into more of this. Who's actually making this and so on? Because currently, it just seems like a lot of lies. I am not sold. Okay, this is not how you get trust, okay? If Valve did this shit, Valve would not exist today. In any case, that was Luke Steffens, 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye.